Top of the top, 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 top of the top. To y'all. You know what it is. We just trying to get a little chess in at this point. You know what I mean? Waiting for my man Rizzo to get on up in here. Oh yeah, we on up in here now. You know what I mean? Waiting for him to get this young challenge out to him. You know what I mean? And I was so I had set it for 10-minute games. You know, hoping that we might be able to squeeze out a couple of them. What you think?
It changes the game. It's gonna change the nature of our conversation, the nature of our chess play. But let's do it.
Let's do it. There we go.
Oh, I see you. No, you trying to rack up some wins on me, huh?
Oh nah, not at all.
Oh,
Not at all. Not at all. You know, I'm just trying to play a little chess. You know what I mean?
all right. So it's my
Nothing
move,
more,
huh?
nothing less. Yes, indeed.
Okay, cool. I actually wanted to ask you something, Phil.
Yes, indeed.
Um, in your top of the top, I think maybe this week, James Harvey, right?
Yeah.
He asked you if you know if you were religious or spiritual, what or what it was, and you were like, nah, right?
Right.
And I found that interesting, especially knowing Omni. Um, I asked Omni if she was reading this certain book, and she's like, no, the only thing she's reading is the Bible right now. I was like, whoa, you know, okay, this is interesting. So just to begin, like, and I know that Christianity is a big part of in the Black community, African American community, and so why do you choose to not really you know be part of that? And
Oh,
just to say, like, it's not a judgment or a critique or anything. It's really just to hear your perspective because I'm Mexican, but I don't consider. People ask me, I'll be like, I grew up Catholic. Do you know what that's code for?
what?
That's code for I'm not religious anymore. I grew up Catholic, right?
All right.
So
I
so
mean,
we,
and to that point, you know what I mean. I feel like, I mean, I ain't disrespecting anybody and they, and how they feel in terms of their faith. So I'm gonna put that out there. Number one. Number two, I just feel like religion was very big when it came to, our childhood. You know what I mean? Like we had to go to church type of shit. Like we could not go to church. You know what I mean? That wasn't an option.
right.
So religion was pushed on us then. And I would say, for me specifically, when I had I would say the more that I started realizing people for who they are, especially these quote unquote church going folks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's when I started looking at, religion ain't shit, but what these folks want it to be, and whatever they choose, they want it to be. You know what I mean? So I focus my attention on building that relationship with God spiritually. You know what I
And
mean?
what does that look like if it's
I mean
not
that's
church every
that's
day?
me. That's me praying every day. That's me having, my faith isn't questioned. You know what I mean? I don't question God at all when it comes to everything that I've been through, everything that I'm going through. I never ask him why this or why that because I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna be highly favored. You know what I mean? So, coming into it with my faith background is cold. I would say that much. You know what I mean? I truly believe that everything that I'm doing according to what God has placed on my plate. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
But that's just individually. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's your angle on the religion conversation?
Man, gosh. Um, I was hoping you would talk more, you know, about your
I
trying to play
mean,
some chess.
I mean, I want to see what, I'm asking just to see,
Yeah.
like,
You know.
um, with religion, you know what I mean? And with, so with looking at my stance on religion and
Uh-huh.
then looking at Omni stance on religion, you know what I mean? Complete polar opposites. I say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
I've noticed that.
but at the same time, I feel like what we have works. I
Works,
feel
huh?
like what we have, um, I feel like what we have is something worth building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And whether religion plays a part in that, um, of course it is, because same thing. Because with Omni being who she is, with, like you said, the only book she reading right now is the Bible. With her being who she is, um, our kids are automatically gonna be into church.
Right.
And I'm not the one to be like, nah, my kids ain't gonna be in no religion. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be like, my sons ain't gonna be worshiping no religion. You know what I mean? Notice I ain't say white God or no white Jesus or anything like that. You know what I mean? But um, I encourage that. My son Kingston, he just made him up a nice, cool little church song, a little hymn that he came up with, and it was cold. You know what I mean? It was a beautiful song he sung to his little brother Omari. His little brother is sick right now, and just for him to just sing that song and reassure his little brother through him, through a song, that everything is gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for them, and if it wasn't for Omni getting them involved into church, you know what I mean, then I wouldn't be able to feel like I feel in terms of um, the comfort with my children being in church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Um, my
and
situation is a lot more complicated.
mm,
Um, I was hoping yours would be too, but man, no, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah,
I mean, the thing is too, like, I think it's easy because I make it easy. There are dudes who if I'm a Muslim, then my kids, they gonna be Muslims. You know what I mean? If
yeah,
I'm Israelites, my kids, they ain't gonna be in no white churches.
yeah,
There are dudes who are like that. But at the end of the day, um, you know, my kids, I'm looking at the person. I'm looking at who we are as individuals. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, um,
Uh, yeah, I mean, me too. It's just like religion is just a huge part of every culture, you
oh, yeah.
know. And when it comes to the Latino community, it's the Catholic Church, you know. And that's what really complicates everything because now it's like, um, if you're not supportive of the Catholic Church, then it's like then we can't trust you,
Mm.
you know.
Ooh.
And that's kind of how it is, and you know, yeah. Um,
So what's the I never got into I never understood, like, the whole Catholic Church and that part of the religion part. You know, I hear about priests touching on boys. How come that's a
I,
big thing
I
in
was, I was gonna bring that
Catholicism?
up too. So like growing up, my mom didn't really want me going to church for that reason. And my aunties from my dad's side, my aunts from my dad's side and my mom, they hated each other. Probably still do, all right. But my aunties, they would take me to church against my mom's wishes. Um, and my mom moved for that reason because these scandals were coming out. And then as I grew older, um, when I can make my own decisions, I'm looking at that thing too, where it's like, okay, hold up, y'all are saying that it's a sin to be homosexual. At the same time, y'all got your priest touching little boys. That don't make
Mm-hmm.
no sense. We call hypocrisy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I've always been about, you gotta live it, gotta walk the walk. You know what I mean? Let me see the results of your spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the other thing too. Like my aunt, like all of my aunties and stuff, they're like grumpy old ladies. I remember being like 8 years old. We were running around being little kids. I remember getting punished one time, and our punishment was we had to kneel in front of the altar with the Virgin Mary on like tile floor for like an hour. I'm like, man, this, you know, God. Um, but yeah, so just having those experiences, and then God, uh, yeah, and then growing up, I have learned it's hard to have this conversation and make good chess moves at the same time. Got my pound stacked, kings exposed. I should have moved that knight out the way. But I'm over here talking about how my aunties, made me kneel in front of an altar.
Hey, I don't want no trouble. I'm just trying to play a little chess. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I
Uh,
mean? That's it. Just a little chess.
and, yeah, and then just many things. And when I actually began reading the Bible and learning about Jesus, just seeing how he criticized the Pharisees, right,
Right.
for being greedy, for they're more concerned with their fancy clothes and wealth and power as opposed to what they said they were about. And it's got me wondering, like, if Jesus were alive today, and if he saw the Vatican, and if he saw all these priests in their silk, wizard robes or whatever they're wearing, and if he saw, how the Catholic Church has more wealth and land than many countries around the world, what would he say?
Hmm.
You know. So it just has me thinking, like, a lot of, I don't know. But then at the same time, there's like, if you don't support the Catholic Church, are you?
You don't tithe.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
um.
It's crazy to me. I mean, they say some things. I don't understand most things. I'm gonna say that I don't understand most things. So even to that extent, my relationship with God and me not understanding most things, it's goodness, that was aggressive. Yeesh.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I just had to save my night. I don't know what you mean by aggressive.
Yeah, that is very aggressive. I don't want no trouble. Let me see if I do that, you do that. I do that. You do that. I do that. You'll do that.
I don't know what you think I'll do.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, I don't want no trouble, man.
I'm just trying to save my night. I don't know what you
I
think
don't
I'll
want
do.
no trouble, man. All right, I don't want no trouble. Let me go ahead and do this right here. Oh man, dang. Oh man, I'm in trouble. Mm. Ah, I'm in trouble. All right, we're gonna do this. Come on, cause I don't want no trouble, man. I don't want no trouble. I'm just trying to play a little chess. You know, nothing more, nothing less. My story. You know what I mean? That's
So
it.
what were we talking about?
Um, church, religion.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, you're talking about your relationship with God and stuff, and me, like, I've taken the stance where it's like the only thing I'm concerned about is just being happy. It's like, man, the life I lived, I just want to be happy, right here, right now. That's it.
mm,
Not interested in being saved or an afterlife or following any rules, man. Like, I just want to be happy,
mm.
and if
So, do you think that comes with, um, living a certain life in order to be happy?
you
Living a
know,
certain way?
probably for some people, For some, so like for example, um, gosh, gosh. Um, for some people, yeah, like I remember one of my, I have a friend, right?
Right.
His older brother was just living this crazy life, was out of control, drugs, partying, going to jail. Anyways, he found religion. He became Christian.
Said he found religion.
Yeah,
Right.
and for him, you know, it was it was an improvement for them from the life that he was living.
Mm-hmm.
My friends tell me, man, he's trying to push that on me now, but I'm not really trying to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then um
Goodness.
oh man,
So
you
aggressive.
queens right there. What do you?
Jeez, I'm
Yeah.
just saying. That's so aggressive. Goodness. I got time.
Oh man, yeah. You know, and but so like he's doing this thing where he's like super strict on these rules. Um, and my friend's like, man, I'm not trying to follow all those religious rules. Like I'm cool,
Mm-hmm.
but like for him, it was an upgrade
Mm.
compared to like he was living before. And I'm really like, unless you're happier than me already, if you're happier than I am, if I see you living this amazing, wonderful life full, you're like, I'm open to what you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Dig that. That makes sense.
yeah,
I mean, but at the same time, too, define happiness. What is happiness to you?
that's a good question.
And then when you say if somebody looks like they're living a life, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like my thing is again, what does that truly
what
look like?
what is happiness? Um, so part of like the the spiritual teachings that have helped me achieve happiness. One of them is rooted in love. And that's in the Bible too. God is love. We should love one another. Jesus taught that. He modeled that for us, right?
Right.
And it's also in the indigenous cultures, like the Four Agreements, in those books. And one thing that they teach is like, for example, like newborn babies make us happy, right? You just like a little baby, like whoa, you're just happy for some reason, right?
I
And
mean, that's to an extent. Women that go through the postpartum, you know what I mean? And men they do go through a part of that as well. So that's to an extent. Again, you got to look at the definition of happiness.
uh, yeah. So basically, the point I was trying to make is typically babies make us happy because we love them for no reason. You got a
Mhm.
little 6-month-old or whatever kind of baby, and we feel really happy around them just because we love them
Mhm.
for absolutely no reason at all. Man, these things, they're consuming our time, our energy, our resources.
He
They're
said
not
these things.
contributing, washing no dishes. They ain't doing nothing, right? But we
He
love them.
said these things.
and like the point is it's that unconditional love that brings about true happiness.
Mm,
You know, and that's what I found. So it's not like the love that's coming to you; it's the love that's coming from you.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's like, what cultivates that? What's gonna help me cultivate that within myself? Are we doing a rematch?
Yeah, I'm getting it set up right now. It done started a whole nother game with somebody else, man. Sure. Let me wait for it to get out of here.
No, go ahead, play them. We can talk.
Okay.
Um, and I look for similarities. I'm looking at different cultures too, and I look for similarities. I'm not looking for differences. I'm not trying to see what, how are we different. That's what causes war. That's what causes genocide.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look. What do we have in common, and what do these different practices have in common?
Okay.
And the one thing is love. Kindness and compassion. That's what Jesus modeled for us. That's what all these great spiritual teachers modeled for us. And so it's like, okay, how do I cultivate that? How do I become that? Not and that's when I feel like I've truly practiced that, I feel happy. I feel at peace.
Hmm.
And that's what it's been for me, my experience.
So again, now, what is peace?
Absence of fear, absence of stress, um, a sense of well-being. That's what it's been for me.
Hmm.
What you think?
That's I mean, that's fair. I think when we look at you know when we look at every little piece that um every little piece of us that somewhere, some way got lost. And these words that we talking about, you know what I mean, that we truly looking at happiness,
Mm-hmm.
looking at peace, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
When in fact I'm like, okay, what is happiness really? Like, if we look at the definition of it, what is happiness? What is peace? What are
here,
these things?
here's one thing that blew my mind when I was in India. In the movies, I'm talking about these monks, right?
Right.
In the movies, you get all these images of these silent monks, and they have these vows, and they're super serious, and they sit and meditate all the time, right?
Right.
But when I got there, man, these guys are grown adults, like grown ass men, but it's like I felt like I was talking to a little kid, like a little 8-year-old who just wants to play. Like that's the energy and vibe that they gave off,
All right.
and then hearing them talk about their practices, and they're like, that's the goal. We go through life, we have all these struggles and these traumas, and we grow up and we become hard, but really when we're children, sometimes those were the happiest moments, and all you want to do is just play and have fun. Children will forgive easily. They're not holding on to grudges. Children are like easygoing. um they're typically not after wealth or money, or all of these things that adults cause a lot of problems for adults.
Oh yeah.
um and here they are going back to being little children. And if you look at a lot of old people, some old people are like that, like little kids, and they just having the time of their lives. They just feel happy because they've released all these things. You know,
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh yeah.
so that's one example.
I mean, and you bring up, the thing is too, I always say, like, right now with my oldest son, you know what I mean? My oldest son, he'll be 10 June 25th. And I always say he's so pure. He's still so pure to the world. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like, it's sad, just because of the fact, not just because of the fact, but it's sad that um you know something as innocent as a 10-year-old boy can't just be that. You know what I mean? Like, nowadays my son, he just can't be an innocent 10-year-old little boy. You know what I mean? Like, we can't, leaving him like that is just going to leave him in a situation that's going to get him taken advantage of, and that's fucked up, because we have to teach our kids nowadays in this world. Because I mean, when it comes to compassion, when it comes to caring, when it comes to that sense of being a human, you know what I mean, it's almost like we lost that. And that's a sad revelation. You know what I mean?
You know, and that's comes with growing up in this world, in this society.
What did I do that for? That was so stupid, Phillip. Ah,
Give up your bishop or what?
I said, here, take this. You can have this. I
Yeah.
do not need this.
Yeah. So like, and you say that because realistically, people are gonna go through like a lot of drama in their lives, right? This and that. Things could happen that could taint that innocence, like that. Like that's what you're referring to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine having a practice where it's like even when that does happen, you maintain your purity,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or even can regain it, can become so sullen and so like you know pessimistic and just about the world, but then being able to reverse that and be happy again, despite the world that we live in as adults. And that's what I saw. That's what I saw. So, for example, at first when I was out there, I was very critical.
Mm-hmm.
My mind closed-minded. I'm looking at all the negative things because that's kind of how I grew up. And I'm looking at these dudes who are just happy for no reason. I'm like, well, it must be easy. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You sit there, you meditate. People give you food. You don't got to hold down a job. Sure, I'd be happy too. you know.
Said, I'd be
Oh,
happy too, sure.
yeah. So anyway, this dude I met though, we were volunteering teaching English to refugees from Tibet.
Mm-hmm.
Learning English is huge. It's the language of commerce.
Yeah.
And this guy happened to be a monk, and he was telling us his story. And I remember one time I invited him to play basketball. Hey, come play basketball with us. He said he couldn't play. I was like, why not? He says, like my leg is lame. My leg.
My leg.
Yeah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. He does walk with a limp. I was like, what happened? He says, oh, when I was escaping Tibet. The first time he got caught escaping, so like he wasn't even allowed to leave the country. So he's trying to leave the country. And so the second time he got caught, he got thrown into jail for trying to leave. That's his only crime. He's trying to leave. Gets thrown into jail and he gets beat so bad by the prison guards that he's walking with a limp the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third time says he finally escaped, and he was like on horseback and he was getting shot at by the guards. You know, like for leaving.
Where's the resign button at? Sure. I've been trying to resign for a minute now. Okay, where's the resign at? This is terrible. Sure. Yeah, man, this is terrible. Where's the resign button?
And then I like visited a school too, and this school was basically taking in orphans because sometimes these kids they somehow can leave the country and the parents cannot. And the
Mm-hmm.
school is taking in a lot of orphans, Tibetan orphans, and they're still teaching them. And so then I'm seeing, okay, these people they have their share of trauma, and yet they can learn to be happy. I want to know how.
Said, I want to know how.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Um, so that's I don't know, like that's really what has been my goal these past number of years, right? It's
There
questions
it is.
we've all been asking. What does happiness mean? How do we become happy? How do we do it?
Mm-hmm.
And I just know, like, growing up with my aunties, they were grumpy old ladies and incredibly religious. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't look happy to me. I mean, so okay. So I mean, that's just me, right? Um,
That's a bet. That's a bet.
yeah, and yeah. What you think?
I mean, it's if I'm like, if whatever makes somebody, if you like it, I love it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm always like, what you eat won't make me shit. All right.
Right.
So, that's always it at the bottom line. Um, yeah, that's always my bottom line. You know what I mean? What you eat won't make me shit, period.
Right.
So,
Right.
when it come to even like when it comes to these religion and religious discussions, I stay out of it. You know what I mean? I don't go into a whole lot of religious conversations. I don't go into a whole lot of conspiracy conversations. I don't go into a whole lot of personal feelings, you know what I mean, conversations with folks,
Yeah.
because we all have our own feelings, our own thoughts, how we feel about situations, and one thing that I'm working on, and even as black folks that we need to work on, is how we respond when we feel disrespected.
Yeah.
You know
Um,
what I mean?
one thing I was gonna say about the religion and politics, a study or some research that I read or an article that I read, it said that people respond differently. Like their brain, pretty much when you go after when you comment on someone's religion or political stance, they feel like they're being attacked,
Oh,
literally being attacked.
oh yeah.
Like the parts
Oh
of their
yeah.
brain are firing. Where it's like if you're punching someone in the face, like it's like I'm not attacking you, just do you believe, right? And what this article and what these studies find is that people find it easier to change their mind about other things that are like established fact.
Hmm.
It's easier, so like they bring things up of like it's easier for people to change their mind about Albert Einstein being a genius by bringing up uh wrong fact. They would just make something up. They would like these researchers would be like, well, actually, Albert Einstein was not a genius, and he failed this and that, and and then people would be like, huh, really? Okay, I can see that. They're more willing to change their minds about those kinds of things, but when it comes to religion and politics, it's like they feel like they're being personally attacked.
Yes,
Um,
indeed.
so yeah, that's why I stay away from those conversations as well. I mean, I brought it up, right, but at the same time, um,
All right.
yeah, um,
All right. That works. That works. But hey, I ain't got no more. It's 3:33.
what you want to do?
You know what I mean? So I'm out of it. I'm out of it.
Okay,
What you got?
man, you want to run another game? You know what? Let's do. So I would. Have you heard of? Okay, I played this guy one time. I kept schooling him in chess. I kept beating him. And he says to me, let's play open chess. I'm like, what is that? He's like, where you talk about your moves and what you're gonna do. Like, why would I do that? Like so I could learn. You
Shoot, the
interested?
only open chess we played back in the days was if you didn't cross your arms. You know what I mean? Bow, get socked in your chest. That's the open chess we play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, we can do it. We can run another one. You know what I mean?
All right. All right. Let's get it. And this is like chess. And I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna make my moves.
All right. Well, I don't want no trouble. Yeah, I'm just trying to play a little chess. We gonna do this since we playing a little chess now.
All right. So now I'm seeing you bringing out that pawn. So you
I don't want no trouble.
okay. All right. I'm
Let
gonna
me get this
go
for the
in.
people so the people
Oh
can
yeah,
see
get it
this.
up.
You know what I mean? So the people can see what's about to happen.
So
You know
I
what
want to know why you brought that pawn out instead of the traditional control in the center with
I
either
mean, it still controls the center of the board.
center.
You know what I
Okay,
mean? I'm just not using it to occupy the center of the board. You know what I
okay.
mean? I'm rather using it to attack one of the center squares.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring out, go with the real traditional. Bring out my knight. I'm gonna get ready to castle pretty soon.
Oh, that's what we doing. We talking our moves, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, you know, I don't want no trouble. You know what I mean? Because I'm still trying to lock down the center of this board, hoping that you take this and give up your center of the board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you give that up, then that's what
So
I'm hoping for. Because I'm gonna come and take with my queen once you do that.
right,
If you
and so
pull your
like I know
knight
you're
out,
gonna
I'm
take
gonna get
your
right back out
queen.
the way.
Okay, so I know you're gonna come in with your queen now. We
Mm-hmm.
capture that, and I'm gonna bring my knight out.
And I'm getting right back out your way. All right.
Cool. So like in my mind, I developed a piece. Um. All right.
And I see that you giving up that center pawn
Oh.
was beneficial to me
Okay. How?
because number one, it opens up my D file. All right, so I can shoot straight down here when I with my queen with my rook. I just have that open file right now.
Okay.
All right, and right now with you not having no pawn in the center squares, you know that gives me the freedom to get my pieces out here without a threat
Right.
from one of your center square pawns. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Um.
I'm still developing. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
still in develop mode right now. You know, I don't want no trouble.
Yeah. Bring that pawn out. I'm gonna get my bishop out. So now my power pieces are developed.
You gonna bring your bishop out and I just move my pawn right there? That's how you feeling? You gonna block him in? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go double time then.
Oh man.
You know, I don't want no trouble, bro.
Yeah. So
I
then
don't
you're gonna
want
come
no
in with
trouble.
the bishop. If I come down,
Nah,
you're gonna come in.
I ain't gonna come in nowhere with nothing. I'm just trying to play a little chess.
What
Nothing
you
more, nothing
always say.
less. You know, nothing more, nothing less.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this situation. Happens all the time. Bishop's blocked off. Mm, so
You still got action.
yeah. What I'm thinking right now is I could trade two of your pawns for one of my power pieces, right? And so point wise, it's only a 1 point difference,
Do that then, shoot.
right? And so like that's part of the thought process. I'm gonna come in, capture a pawn, okay, and I pin your knight down too. It's not the ideal trade, but it's something, right?
I don't want no trouble.
That's what you say, man. That's what.
Trying to play a little chess.
Okay, so now I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Right. Shoot.
I mean, I know that I'm about to get your bishop out the way because I need him free. And that was a terrible move right here. I should have just moved my queen over here
Your
just to
queen,
get that.
my
Yeah, just
bishop.
to get because with me moving my knight right here, I blocked in my bishop. I ain't got no
Mm-hmm.
access to my bishop right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was really hoping on you to take this so I can capture him back out and open him back up as well. But you know what I mean? Either way, you know what I mean? We're gonna see what happens. You know, like I said, I don't want no trouble. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Gosh, I'm not really sure what to do. I'm thinking either I could bring my knight out to the center to what e4, but then that blocks the bishop attack right there,
Mm,
or maybe get my queen a little bit more involved. You know, provide some support for my bishop. I think I'll do that.
okay, okay, okay. Well, let's come here first. So I don't want no trouble. I'm play a little
Um,
chess. You know, nothing more, nothing less. Since we want to provide a little bit more support for our bishop. So,
oh man. We get that rook out the way because otherwise that bishop takes the rook, right? So we're gonna do that.
um, all right, all right. So now let me go ahead and get you right back out the way.
The bishop.
Yeah, let me go ahead and move my bishop back out the way. So I don't want no trouble. You know my story. Yeah, I don't want no trouble. Let me get all the way out your way.
Okay, all right. So now I have a choice, right? I can trade queens. I can trade queens with you. Should I do that? Is that the best move?
You gonna do that? I mean, I'm up
Oh,
2 points.
What?
I'm up 2 points.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Um, I'm. That one thing I want to trade right now.
Oh,
Bring it
you want
out,
what?
and I'm connecting my rooks too, so then they have that going.
Oh, that's what you're looking to do now, huh? Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna come here just so I can try to see what you're gonna do. I prefer for you to keep that bishop right there.
I'm
While
gonna
I
take you.
figure this out.
I'm gonna trade that bishop or that rook. My bishop's right there the whole time.
Oh, I didn't even see the rook. Oh,
Yeah. So like that's why earlier I didn't want to bring my
oh,
knight
that's
out because it
terrible.
had that diagonal right
Oh
there.
man, that's terrible. I forgot all about that bishop too. Oh man. All right, come on, I'm with you. I ain't scared of you.
Oh man.
I ain't scared of you.
Okay, now I'm gonna. Or no, actually, I'm gonna bring up my rook
Put your goddamn
out
hands
of
on
the
me then.
row. Huh? What happened?
Put your goddamn hands on me then.
No.
Nah, I got a homie. We used to play chess together. You know, that was one of his sayings when I put him in one of them situations. Oh man, dang, I forgot all about that. And that put you right in the ball game, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So now we even, huh, on points.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
even. I'm gonna do this.
All right. Okay. How to move forward? How to advance? Whew. Uh, Again. No. Yeah. I'm gonna bring my knight up to the center of the board. Just see what happens.
Oh dang, I can't even do that.
Yeah, you can. It's pinned down.
Híjole, chingada. Jeez. Okay. All right. All right.
So let's see what's gonna go down.
Okay. I still ain't scared of you. Sure. I'm gonna do this first. Um. Yeah, I'm gonna do that first.
Okay. So now,
'Cause I don't like what.
obviously, you're. I gotta figure out my knight situation.
And just so you know, too, right now I'm playing the clock. I don't plan on beating you. I plan on just beating your clock right now.
Yeah, I
You
see
gotta
that.
check me. You don't have to check me.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So that's your game. That's your game plan, huh?
okay.
Shoot.
You know, trouble. You just trying to play a little chess. You know my story. Nothing more, nothing less.
Oh no. So I see your queen
Just trying to play a
and
little
your
chess.
rook targeting
My rook.
h7.
Targeting
Yeah,
H7.
h7, man.
H7.
That's you bring that queen down. That's
I mean, you
checkmate.
talking about H7. I'm like, look at that free pawn right there that you got. You know what I mean? You don't
Oh,
want to get that
on
free
e3,
pawn?
on e3, the free
Yeah,
pawn.
yeah.
Oh man,
Look
that's
at that free
tempting.
pawn.
That is
I left it right there for you.
So I see that threat easily avoided. Just bring that pawn up one. You know.
All right, come on. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no trouble.
Uh,
Trying to play a little chess. Nothing more, nothing less.
okay.
All right.
Let's okay.
All right.
Gotta figure something out.
I got to get this bishop out of here. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I need to try to castle. I need to do something because you
Oh.
got too much going on in the center. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You know what? I don't need to castle. I don't need to. You know, it's not a necessity. You know what I mean? I don't absolutely need to. It would have been dope if I could have. You know what I mean? But you make it hard for a G. Intimate. Oh. All right, let's see what happens if I go there. No, I don't
Oh
want no
man,
trouble.
what is man? My queen.
I don't want
I
no trouble.
I played a guy one time on 16th Street Mall, and
Uh
he was really upset because I threatened his queen. He told me it was rude. He told me it was rude.
Yeah, it is rude.
So I definitely do not want to move my
It's,
queen to f6.
it's very rude. Yes, you do.
Well, because then your next move could be a pawn fork. You know.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. You come
Um.
take me with this rook if I try to fork you.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. You know, I don't want no
Yeah.
trouble. I don't want no trouble whatsoever. But I will fork you with this knife. I mean, with this knight.
Knight. Okay. I'm gonna go in for the check.
For the little chickadee.
Yeah.
You coming in for the chickadee?
Yeah. So now it's gonna
Oh, man.
bring my queen up
Oh, man.
center.
Dang. Should have got him out the way. All right, out of check.
Gosh, what to do now, man? Shoot. Oh, I got the clock to beat too.
Yeah, you
Man,
got the
I
clock
just
to
gotta
be.
beat you. I gotta beat this clock. What?
I told you I ain't even trying to beat you at this point, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta beat you. I just gotta beat your clock and stop you from checkmating me.
Oh
Sure.
man.
That is it. That is it. Goodness. And you just being extremely aggressive.
I mean,
Still.
I kind of got to at this point. You
No,
know.
you don't.
Yeah, I
No,
got
you
two
do
forty
not.
two. I got 242. If I don't come up with a checkmate soon, you know,
That don't mean you have to be aggressive.
that's absolutely 100% what it means.
You said absolutely 100%, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man, goodness, look at you. Just look at you. Jeez.
The game would be different if it wasn't
Jeez.
that time limit. You know, but I gotta figure something out.
Oh man, I'm in trouble. Dang.
Let's see
Oh
what you got.
man, I'm in trouble. Let me see. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Fall back. My bad. I fucked up.
What happened?
Let's
Did you
let's
move?
reset. Yeah, I move. Let's reset.
Okay.
My bad.
You just gonna take the move back or what?
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, hold on.
I ain't want no trouble to begin with. I told you. I don't want no trouble, man. I'm just trying to play a little chess in the last 2 minutes of your game.
Man. Okay.
Hey, hey, I done made too many mistakes at this point.
And
Oh.
being low on time, man, it's stressful. I gotta think fast, you know.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Okay. And part of my strategy too is like I'm just gonna make a move because I
I
need
ain't
time to
scared
think.
you. Check you out.
Oh man.
Check a lay. You out.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, and just mind you, I don't want any trouble. All right. I'm still
Okay.
trying to play a little chess.
I'm gonna move to F simply because if I go to H, you can bring knights up to continue to check me, then back into a corner. So this way I can at least attack your knight and get out of check at the same
I
time.
wouldn't do you like that. Let me get out the
Oh
way.
man.
Let me get out your way. So I don't want no trouble.
All right. I'm
Just trying
gonna go
to
ahead. Do what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do
uh,
this for some reason. Bring my queen over here. I feel like
for
it'll
some
give me
reason.
many options.
He said for some reason.
Yeah, because then it opens up my rook file, the D file. Um,
What is you trying to do? Ooh, you trying to do that to me?
Do what? Artificial? What
Yeesh.
are you talking about?
Yeesh. Goodness. What did I do to deserve that?
What?
Huh?
I'm just trying to play a little
Goodness.
chess.
I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to do. Let me do this real fast. Because I do not like what you were trying to do to me, sir.
I don't even know what you're talking
I
about.
bet.
Okay.
Bet. I know you
Okay. I did have something planned, change of plans.
can
We're gonna
change
do a
your
little
plan.
skewer or a little pin,
Okay.
you know.
Little razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do that. Boom, boom. All right. Let me do this first because I don't want no trouble.
All right.
I don't want no trouble.
You go ahead and do that.
I don't want no trouble, man.
I'm gonna take this one because either way, your queen is
Yeesh.
still pinned down.
Yeesh. Either way.
So,
Let me see. You know, I'm trying
and
to
then
get
if I would
out.
have took your queen with my rook, then your knight comes in, you know, recaptures it, and it threatens the queen. So, better move was to just move in with the. All right, all right, all right. Now things are getting interesting. I got 44 seconds,
We
but
got
you know, there's
44
hope.
seconds.
Yeah, it's doable now. You know,
You say it's doable, huh?
I feel like it is. I mean, with that queen out the way, I got a
Hold
queen
on.
and a rook.
What happened?
I don't know.
You said blinking, right?
Yeah, it says auto resigns in 47 seconds.
For who? You or me?
I think for you.
Hold on. I'm trying to move. Hold on. What's going on? Where did you move?
I don't know what happened.
Ah. Hold up.
Did I just win?
Nah, you just wait.
I think I just won. I mean, either way.
How you just win? You in check, baby. My king ain't in danger. I don't know what that's about. That never happened to me before. And you moved, and you said you moved?
Nah, I didn't. Well, I moved my queen.
Try to move.
Yeah, I
Okay, there
moved
you
my
go.
queen to C3. Is it there?
Ah, come on. How's it gonna do that?
No, we know what it was?
What?
Divine intervention. Bro, we were talking about it earlier, and now look. Whoa, how did that happen? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a bull crap. We know what it is, at least. You know what I mean? Sure. All right. You didn't get the checkmate. You know what I mean? But that's our session for the day. You know what I mean? You tapped in for some chess. You know what I mean? Every Tuesday and Thursday, we're gonna bang out. All right. So tap in with us. We here. Peace.
All right.